Welcome.
Alright, now we're recording.
Welcome back to Mario's Ship with KTB Media and Meenakshious.
Yeah, so I have a guest now. Someone who is actually not an SMW Central user, but is a friend that I've had join in because I'm gonna need some help with the commentary on this. I'm going to just casually move to the next level, which is in the mountain world. Because fortunately, I still have my notes on where each level belongs. You get to hear firsthand what my monologuing sounds like now. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. My question is, you said you needed help with the commentary. Do you want me to roast this level to the depths of hell and back?
If it's bad, yes. Alright, I just passed it. Alright, we've got Mount Dover by Exor, which I think is actually the name of a popular, like a famous song from the 70s.
Mount Dover?
Like or Cliffs of Dover, something like that.
Cliffs of... I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's like a really famous guitar song, I think. And I remember liking it a lot, but... already I'm liking the palette. Like, this is not a default palette in the game, I don't believe.
Looks like a desert or something.
Yeah, like a mountain desert, but like a little brighter.
A tundra.
Okay, so one thing about this level I already really like. The time limit is set to 0. I'm happy with that, because something that... Am I bypassing everything? Was I not supposed to go this way? I think I already broke the level. No, one thing I hate when levels do is they'll have like multiple pathways, so you want to explore, but then the time limit will be... well, it will exist, is the problem. Which means that you can't like explore too much or you die. But so I always like it when levels just kind of do away with the time limit entirely. Because then there is no pressure. And that was something that actually cost me a life in the previous level.
Nice one.
Thanks.
For context, I just looked up Mount Dover, and it's a mountain in Antarctica. Which makes sense for the...
So it explains the palette.
Yeah. And there's a White Cliffs of Dover, which is the region of the English coastline facing the Strait of Dover in France. The cliff face, which reaches a height of 350 feet, owes its striking appearance to its composition of chalk, accented by streaks of black flint. I think this might be the closer one.
Yeah, because it's kind of a chalky color, and then you can see the little rock texture makes the black, I guess? But it's not really a streak.
So they just made the level based on a place in real life?
I would want to like see a map of this place and see whether or not the architecture of this level matches, because that is going to cost points. I don't know what this is. So just for context, for I guess for your sake, the whole point of this contest is that you're not allowed to use resources or graphics that weren't in the original game.
Interesting.
I'm not really sure what the point of that trampoline was. So yeah, so this, whatever this is, would have to be like a retext or like a colored object from the original game, but I don't recognize it. I don't recognize like what in the original game that could have been at first.
Yeah, I don't enjoy, like, I like that it's referencing a real life thing, but if it doesn't have some similarities other than just basic looks to the real life thing, then I'd not be as impressed.
It would be like more clever that way, because
what are those?
These give you the ability to fly.
Yo! That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so if I were to like get enough momentum, then I could like fly high. And I guess that's probably how I gotta get up, actually.
That's fun.
That's probably why they gave me so many at once.
So, Mount Dover. This is still the same level, yeah?
Yeah, this is still the same level, but
so
I guess
you go inside?
We're inside the mountain.
Wow. Little friends. Hi, little friends.
Did that Yoshi just eat the other one?
Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Alright, you give me another Yoshi?
Yo. Oh, nice.
Alright, so if you hit a block containing Yoshi, but you already are on Yoshi, then it just gives you one up.
That's fair.
So I can fly some more. Yeah, I do wonder, like, with a level like this, I do have to wonder what the inspiration was. I don't even get to keep Yoshi.
That's a little boring.
Okay. You know, with a level like this, I do often wonder what the inspiration was. Like how did Exor come up with the idea to name the level after a real life place? Like, because it gives context to the palette, maybe. But I wonder, like, how people come up with the idea of like, I want to make a Mario level based on this location loosely.
Maybe it has some significance to them.
Maybe they live near there.
Do you have a if you were to design a level based on a real life place, what would you do? What would you do?
Maybe like an Irish Highland, because like it could be a mountain-esque level, but maybe with a more like grassy kind of palette to it. And it could have like mountain-like like plateaus and structures.
What kind of would you make like new? Because you're supposed to make new graphics for this, so maybe do something like, why is he changing colors?
It means I'm invincible. So these black.
Oh, did I miss a star somewhere? There it is again.
That was the first one. So these black like piranha plant thingies are called munchers, and they will hurt you. But something that some levels like to do is give you stars, so you have to run. So you get the ability to temporarily run across them. So it's like a time challenge.
Except that one seemed really easy.
Yeah, this level has not been terribly challenging. It's more of a romp type level where you just kind of run through a series of challenges. What were you starting to say?
Lord knows, I don't remember.
There's something
just
about
like what kind of, if you had to make like your own custom.
It's gonna fall. It is.
Evil things in the world. What's above that?
That's a door, so I can go through it if I were to wait it out. But I kind of want to see what's next. I guess nothing.
Nothing else. You're supposed to go through the door, huh?
Yes, I don't really understand what the point of this path was. I guess to waste your time.
That's cute, I guess. How do you even get it? I guess because you have the flying ability. Oh.
Okay. Yeah, well, what evil things would I put in like a highland? Well, maybe like a mountain type. Jesus Christ. He really wants me to take the flower. I'll take one flower so that I'll still have the cape in my item box, so I can still call back to it if I need, if the need arises.
A little friend.
I killed him.
Oh my god.
Those enemies are really annoying.
I like the clouds that have eyes. I think that's fun.
That's a fun little Mario thing. Where like all the hills and even the clouds have like little smiley faces. I don't know, I'd have mountain type enemies, I guess. So like maybe those enemies that like bounce around that are tricky to fight while you're in a hillside. Did you see that? I went through the pipe and I'm like floating above.
Bruh.
That means that like he misplaced the exit, the pipe exit.
Yeah, this is all like it's. I don't know, just kind of boring to.
This level's kind of all over the place. Like I'm on a cloud place. Like I'm sure that the real life mountain wasn't like that.
Are we just going higher and higher into the mountain?
Maybe that's the idea. Like there's supposed to be a sense of escalation, maybe. But that's the whole level.
Oh wow. Okay.
So that was a pretty quick one. So now this is the point where I want to read what the judge comments were.
Let's go.
So let's see what s.n.n said.
Oh my gosh.
s.n.n's comments. Cliffs of Dover. So you got the reference too. I really liked your palette choices in the level. They looked quite nice. On another note, I noticed you like to make smaller rooms and connect them, making a bunch of mini rooms. Nothing wrong with that. The level felt really barren and boring in places, though. Some spots had no enemies at all, while others were crammed. And then with FP, so...
I 100% agree with that, with the palette choice moment, because there, especially in the cloud area, there was like peach and blues and whites, and that was just very pretty. But yeah, it was kind of just like boring.
And then FP says, it was kind of boring. Long stretches without enemies aren't a good idea. Palettes were nicely done, mostly just needed more content.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's all for that level. The next level is... okay, this is interesting. So the next level is by Octillery, who I recognize the name because this is someone who later changed their name on the site to Raibys, and they were a staff member for a long time as a hack moderator. So I would expect that his levels would be pretty good.
But he's down at the low end.
At the lower end, I'm still like in the lower half of ranked levels, I suppose. But it's the Black Switch Palace. Yeah, so still like on the lower end of things, but like on the higher end of the lower end, maybe, if that makes sense.
A little friend. Hi, little friend.
I am already interested in this because
Hi, little friend.
this is like a ghost house level, but it seems to be married with like a Switch Palace type level, with the texture here.
Are you not gonna get all the coins out of that?
Out of what?
Out of the thing.
Do I
That
need to?
thing. There we go. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Kill me, Kevin.
Sorry. Okay, I hate these enemies.
They don't seem like friends.
They move around in waves, and their patterns are annoying sometimes.
So,
Okay.
got to push P. Let's go.
So I think I'm supposed to go back this way.
Now answer a theoretical question for me. But why do they're boos, right? That's what they're called.
Yeah.
Why do they stop moving when you look at them?
I think they're shy.
Really?
That's always been my theory.
That's
that
adorable.
they're just really afraid of being judged.
Oh. I don't think that's true at all.
What's your theory?
I think that they're just ghosts and they don't like to, the weeping angel moments where they're like, the element of surprise isn't fun if the person knows I'm coming, so I'm gonna hang back and wait until they don't suspect a thing.
Oh Christ! Oh Jesus!
Oh my God!
Okay, so jumps like that you need a lot of momentum. Weeping angels, that's a Doctor Who thing, right?
Yeah.
So what's the rationale for the weeping angels?
Well, the weeping angels are quantum locked. Sorry. If I remember correctly, which means that they just their biology works that they will turn to stone when another's eyes are on them.
Seriously. All right, so I need to get the ghost. So apparently I need to be at max running speed to clear that.
And there's also SCP-173, right?
Yeah, that's another example.
Where you have to. I don't know. I guess for SCP-173, that gives it a flaw that you can actually possibly beat it. You know.
I feel like that's actually a connection I hadn't made before. That because I guess it is a common trope in horror things to. I guess it is a common trope in horror for monsters that will only attack you if you aren't looking, which I guess is, come to think of it, kind of an obvious connection that I'd never actually made before. And it's interesting because a lot of enemies in Mario games are actually based on Japanese folklore.
Oh.
I'm struggling to think of examples off the top of my head, but I know that a lot of enemies in these games are have some roots in that kind of thing, which is always a fun thing to learn about, especially when it comes to the names of the enemies. The fireball enemies in these games are called potaboos, which in English that does not sound like it makes a lot of sense. But I recently found out that it's actually an Americanized version of the Japanese word for bubble, because they're like bubbles of fire, like containing the fire into little spheres.
I'm looking it up right now. So, Boo's first appearance to the living occurred not until 1990 in Super Mario Bros. No. 3 on the NES. Back then, he was just Boo Diddley. It's been reported as a cheeky reference to the singer Bo Diddley, not King Boo, and as yet was not the proprietor of the absurdly difficult and drifty Banshee Boardwalk racetrack.
Is this actually? I feel like this is lore from an individual inside the universe of a game. This isn't the development history, is it?
It wasn't that Mario turned away that he would make his approach. This actually makes a lot of sense when you consider Boo's Japanese name, Teresa. Yes, really.
I didn't know that.
Oh, Teresa means to be shy. I'm sure I'm not saying that right.
How's it spelled?
T-H-E-R-E-S-A. Is that a disco ball?
Yeah, we got lights. It's a dark level.
Lice?
Lights. It's a dark level. So I don't know if you noticed this because you were looking down, but the ropes are different colored at different points.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize this until they died from it once, but the dark ropes you just fall through.
Oh, that's fun.
So kind of a trial and error thing that that's how I had to figure that out.
I kind of like those though, I feel like it relies on the player. Sure, the player's gonna die once, but then as long as the player's smart about it, they'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's an all right form of trial and error. And I suppose in hindsight, one could have figured out from the way the enemies moved that it'd be bad to take too long and die from the P-switch running out. So I didn't know that, actually, that the boos weren't even called boos in Japan. That they're called the Japanese word for shy.
To be shy.
Yeah, for the verb form of shyness.
Mm. They're named after the sound that one might make when trying to frighten someone, boo, whereas their Japanese name comes from the verb tereru, meaning to be shy.
So I was right then. They're just shy. That's why they look away.
Isn't there something called, what are the shy guys?
Yeah. They're shy guys, but they don't do any. Their behavior doesn't represent the shyness. They're just called that. Well, actually, I think their name could tie into the fact that they always wear a mask, like in their character design.
That's cute.
So I think it's like kind of a meme in the Mario franchise that no one knows what the shy guys look like without their mask.
Didn't someone say that the shy guys have no gag reflex?
Define. Okay, who is someone?
It was like one of the developers. I can look it up.
All right, you got me curious now.
Shy guys, no gag reflex.
One of the developers would say this?
I'm pretty sure. Some results may be explicit. No, I don't. Waluigi's uncircumcised?
What?
What?
Alright, so I feel like Google is going to tell you there's a problem
on.
with it when you type in gag reflex.
Okay, so Nintendo president Tatsumi Kimishima divulged in an interview with Game Informer magazine yesterday that reoccurring character Waluigi is uncircumcised. The remarks were unrelated to the downloadable content for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild he had been asked about. Waluigi still has his foreskin, said Kimishima.
God damn it.
You won't ever see it, but it's there. We do not know why he remains uncircumcised, however. It might be a religious thing, it might not. But yes, Nintendo players can expect some exciting downloadable content for Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh my god, that's really funny.
Wow, I fail to see the connection between that and Breath of the Wild.
Not everyone at Nintendo is confirming this new information. This was never brought up during Waluigi's concept stage, said Fumihide Aoki, Waluigi's creator. None of the characters really have any kind of backstory, and if they did, I don't think their private parts would be something we would ever bring up. That's really
I think that I like the fact that a representative at Nintendo had to clarify. Yeah, I don't think that that the genitalia of our fictional characters is something that we considered when developing this game.
And then it also goes on. Kimishima eventually revealed that with the new downloadable content for The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, players can experience over 20 hours of gameplay, including new challenges, new enemies, and new treasures, like the Korok mask. Also, remember Shy Guys? He added, none of them have any gag reflexes, so you could really go to town if you wanted.
Okay, this is you're reading off of. I guarantee now you're reading off of like not The Onion, but like some kind of satire website. I feel like it has to be.
Maybe. You don't know.
I think... Oh, I'm gonna get the cape again.
Let's go. I love capes. Aw, it is an Onion-style joke site. Someone literally said in the Reddit, for those unaware, the Hard Times is an Onion-style joke site. Good post, though. Really makes you think.
Does it make you think?
Yeah.
I
think about the Shy Guys gag reflexes all the time now because of that.
Well, for now,
hello, friends!
Now I'm gonna be thinking about Waluigi's uncircumcised penis. Yep.
There was a part of it that said Kirishima insisted, like...
Frick. God
nice. Ooh, a little friend to help you out.
Yeah, thank you.
But he insisted that in the Hard Times article it said, he insisted that if you were to, like underneath his purple overalls, if you were to look, you would find an uncircumcised penis.
Now how does this affect the gameplay is what I'd like to find. I mean,
do you think people are affected in day-to-day life? Nice.
That's not good level design. That's not good level design. You have a blind jump like that. And you know what sucks?
What?
There's not been a single midpoint in this level.
Oh, so you just started at the beginning?
Yeah.
That's a little unfortunate.
See, that's an example of something that I would rank the level low for. What were you saying about the how it affects your opinion of Waluigi?
Well, no, I just don't think that my day-to-day life would be impacted by whether or not I had a circumcised or uncircumcised penis.
Oh, I see.
But I kind of want to talk a little bit more. Ooh, that's cool. That is a cool technique.
You want to talk more
I
about...
want to talk more about the horror aspect of having your antagonist have a fatal flaw like that, because as I was reading about the, like, do we call them the boos?
Yeah, like that's a boo, these are boos. Look at that boo over there.
Oh, that's cute. But I was reading the thing about boos, and apparently they're invincible, and do they, like, upon impact, do they immediately kill you?
They don't immediately kill you, but they do hurt you, and you cannot kill them. They're one of the few enemies that you can't kill by, like, jumping on them, or even spin jumping on them.
You can just
like
jump on them and nothing happens.
Yeah, even me spin jumping on them like that doesn't do anything.
Gotcha. Oh, so that one's a blind jump that you were fine with, but then the other one, that's so weird. Like,
because it's inconsistent. Because
no, yeah,
that one, there is
saying.
a platform. Like, that's why I have a problem with it.
Because then it asks you to go, okay, I'm going to take that blind jump, and I have to trust that it's going to be okay, and it works, and then the second time it just doesn't.
Yeah, it's very, like, pattern-defying, which I think is a bad thing to do.
Because you're asking your players to, like, notice those patterns and then act on them. But then instead, how are you supposed to do this, then?
Do I need to make a running jump? But if I go back to make the running jump, then...
Oh my god.
Those guys are going to come at me.
Bruh. Oh, you can use them to jump across?
Maybe? But because they, like, spawn so far to the left, I barely get the opportunity to do that. Maybe there's, like, an upper path that I gotta take.
There's also, like, random... Oh, jeez. Random buttons that were around. Do you think they're... Yeah, I don't know
like
what
the
they're called.
P-switch?
No, they're random, like, blocks and stuff.
Like an invisible block.
Yeah. Oh, you could jump from there and hit the other one. Or will you just go back to the first one?
This is just back here.
Boo.
Boo? Boo?
Anyways, I like talking about the horror aspect of having something that clearly is invincible. Like, you... Nice!
There we go.
See,
please tell me I'm almost at the end of the level.
What did I say? I was right.
So, horror aspect of...
I like that they always... Oh, this is a slow-moving level? So, like, it... Okay, cool.
Are you serious, dude? Oh,
what?
Jesus! That's gonna kill me, too. I don't like this level. There's too...
What is that?
There's too much going on, and they're expecting the player to do, like, figure too much out.
At once.
Yeah.
Too little time. Anyways.
I think for the sake of brevity... I think for the sake of brevity, I might make an unofficial checkpoint at some point. By maybe like saving a state after one section or something.
Wait, you went through a door and it didn't count as a midpoint or anything?
No, the midpoints are like the little, well, I guess you haven't seen one yet, since too many levels in this contest have not used them. But like a midpoint would be, I'll point it out if we see one.
Alright.
But it's like a thing that you have to like touch, and it's like a little mini flag post.
Oh, yes, I've seen those. I played Super Mario Brothers, like, on the DS a while back. But I always enjoy those kinds of moments in horror characters because they seem ridiculous. Like, for no reason would the Weeping Angels need to be quantum locked every time someone looks at them, but that's just built into the system because otherwise if they touch you, you then go back in time and they suck up your displaced time-space energy. Nice.
Don't talk about it.
But it's a nice little thing for the audience or whoever is battling them to be like, okay, this isn't unreasonable. In the same way that, like, SCP-173 literally kills you on sight. Like, as long as it can reach you, it, like, goes and snaps your neck and whatever. But as long as you stare it down, you'll be fine. And those are I think that's the funniest thing for, like, invincible characters. Like, their Achilles heel is stare at them. And suddenly that is what stops them.
Yeah, so, like, having a weakness like that, it makes it adds more, like, depth of the character in a way, kind of.
I wouldn't even say depth of the character. I think it just makes it more fair for the protagonist.
Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, especially in a video game setting, I think that's, like, an example of good game design, where you can get around this enemy if you notice the pattern.
Yeah. I just think that it's funny because it doesn't seem to have much rhyme or reason when it becomes like that. Like, if you stomp at these guys, they get stomped. There you go. That makes sense to me. But if you stare at a ghost, it goes, I don't know if I want to attack you anymore. Been thinking about it. I'm a changed man. I've made some bad choices in my life, sure, but I'm better now because I'm looking into your eyes and I see the different type of person I could be. And I want to be that. For you. For all of us. For the Boodidly race. And then you turn away and they're like, just kidding.
See, that's the kind of level design that artificial midpoint. just so we're clear. You know, that's the kind of game design that I think is like good. Whereas there's this level which is kind of inconsistent with, oh, that's a fall that you can safely make. Oh, but this next one is not so much. Mm-hmm. You get an invisible one up. So I'm very thankful for that. No, wait, oh, Jesus. And I forgot, and then there I go forgetting what's safe and what isn't. Which is another thing I don't really like about levels that kind of go on for a long time like this one. Because when there's no midpoint and it's long, then, I guess for me at least, I start forgetting what the rules are.
And for me, I'm not a platformer, so this might be different rulings for you guys. Because I'm more of an open world, I want my players to explore, fuck around, find out type vibes. Am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Fuck around and find out. So I dislike punishing my player. I'm talking specifically D&D because that's a game that I'm in charge of most often. But I don't like when there's an option for my players and they take it and then it ends up punishing them. Like if, they touch a door and it like explodes on them or something. Because then it's teaching the player not to explore, So in this, I think it's a little different because it's not teaching the player not to explore, but it might be teaching them to pick up certain patterns. But then when you do things like that, where it's the blind jump that works versus the blind jump that doesn't, then your player isn't going to want to take that risk anymore because there's no rhyme or reason to it. And instead, they get a lot more stuck, a lot quicker, I guess.
I really like... I've always wondered what, like, the story is behind the enemies that are just, like, giant green bubbles. When I was younger, I was, like, scared to touch them because I thought they were, like, spotlights or something. And I imagined that, like, for some reason, me as a kid imagined that if I touched those things, then it would be like Mario's getting seen from a distant watchman and I'm gonna get ambushed or something, but no, it just hurts you, like any other enemy.
Weird. Slime. What? Did you see that happen to it?
Yeah, that's a graphic. Am I gonna die?
Oh my God?
Jesus Christ.
Bruh.
Okay.
Bruh!
I like the ghost party celebrating my demise. Yeah, so that would have been a thing to benefit from. Like even in a small, like even there are like small ways you can like signal to the player that hey, you can do this. This might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Like if I was designing this level and I was making that part and I was dead set that I wanted it to be like an automatic scrolling level with a vine, I would at least add like a coin or something underneath that one block to like signal to the player that hey, maybe you should hit this one first and maybe it'll lead to good things.
I would have done the first block that you reached and had it be the vine and then had little extra power-ups to tempt the player because then A, it rewards them for exploring, which I love to do, but B, it's a test of how greedy they might be and to see how much they can grab before they have to go up the vine.
Yeah, I think you would be a good level designer because that's an example of what I think like good level design would be, where the player is being asked, like reasonable things are being asked of the player. But then you get rewarded if you want to go further with it and explore more than what's required of you.
That's what I always like to do in any sort of game because I feel like, sure, you can play safe and have a great time, but also I want to reward people for taking risks.
Yeah, like that's quite literally just like what you're supposed to do if you want to make a good level.
I'm a genius. What can I say?
Alright, egotist. Narcissist, whatever.
Okay, alright, calm down. You're the one that asked me here.
I invited you. I didn't request your presence.
You begged. You got on your hands and knees, sobbing.
Alright, get out.
No, I refuse. You really want the sound of a door opening and closing on your recording?
Yes. I'm not getting graded on this.
Everyone grade him in the comments. Say how good this recording is on oh, you know what?
Yeah, my 126 subscribers are gonna be pissed.
You should do, bruh, See, like, that's there, and that's
Like,
cool.
that's 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the 7th block.
Yeah, that was a little ridiculous.
I should do what? What was it?
Well, how do people... Oh my god. They're just chilling.
Yep. They can spawn right on top of you. I don't know what's gonna happen. What the frick?
What are you supposed to... Okay.
Be lucky.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
God.
Alright, what were you saying?
You should... How did they grade this? Based on what types of things?
There's like a rubric. Like there's one for functionality, for like overall level design. Oh Christ. Like there's like a functionality one. There is. Are they gone? Alright, they're gone. I mean, I could show you the rubric after I beat this level.
So basically, people should grade you on functionality and how good your audio is and how good your game... Ooh, a little exclamation point.
Alright, so this is a Switch Palace, which is...
A Switch Palace?
Yeah.
Should I read it in a fun accent?
Go ahead.
Switch Palace. The power of the Switch you've... Why is it so weirdly spaced?
That's just Mario.
Okay. Switch Palace. The power of the switch you've pushed will turn black squares into black boxes. Your progress will also be saved. Thank you.
So in Super Mario World,
it's done.
there are like different. Yeah, that's how you beat certain levels, Switch Palace levels. So this level kind of does the somewhat interesting thing of like merging the two together into one.
Wait, but why did you click a button if nothing happened?
Well, something did happen. So in the game, the Switch Palaces are like affect the whole game universally. Oh. So now, anytime in a future level, like if at all in any later level, I encounter a block that would be an outline, it will now be solid, which usually means like it opens up other like other secrets or other secret passages in levels.
That's fun. So was that in the original game, or did they put that in there for?
That's something in the original game. I'd like to know why Octillery chose to do that though. Like I wonder if there's like a path in this. Like I wonder if that means there's a path somewhere in this level, like maybe early on.
Do you really want to go through this again?
I'm not going to go through the whole thing again, but I do want to experiment real quick because I noticed that there was like some stuff up there that I wasn't sure if that means anything.
I'm going to take a guess that anything that was changed, like any of the boxes that are now solid, are going to be like the last level because of how this crater seems.
But the thing is, when you enter the contest, you only submit one level at a time.
Oh,
so
sorry, not level, but like point. What's each room? I guess I would say like the last room in this.
That's possible. The only thing is, I feel like I don't think at any point in the level I actually like noticed any like boxes that would be that. So I wonder if that's actually what's happening.
There's one over there.
Yeah, like there's like stuff here. Maybe you gotta like fly.
Fly around, fuck around, find out, see what happens.
Because I know there is like something over here that I didn't get to look at.
Oh, that's
so there's this here. This wouldn't have been impacted by the block.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was added for show more than anything, just to like have a more unique way of starting a level. Wait, there is an alternate path. Here, there's more to the level.
Oh, that's fun.
There is. Okay.
Okay.
So I can use the cape now to hit the blocks from the side.
Well, this is exciting.
I don't want to get that power up because the cape's more fun. Oh Jesus. Oh Jesus.
Oh God. Oh fuck. Here we go.
Christ. Alright, is it going to lead anywhere different? I'm guessing it's going to be like a second exit.
How fun.
No, wait, this leads just back to the first area. That's no fun. I mean,
so you just bypassed a couple stuff then?
Not even bypassed. Like, I think I took about as much time, but just in a different direction. So I guess that's kind of cool if it's like, I don't know how to leave the level. I guess that's kind of cool if it's just a different way to progress, but the fact that it doesn't amount to anything is a little disappointing.
Yeah. This is a certified hood classic.
This is a certified hood classic.
Thanks, KTB Media.
Just K.T.B. is fine. Let's see what s.n.n. said about this level.
S.n.n. S.n.n.
Technically, I shouldn't even be judging this. First, there was a ROM inside the zip. Okay, so the ROM's like the raw game when it's not patched, which is technically illegal. So I guess that should have been a disqualification reason, actually. Second, the level wasn't even ready in the overworld. Finally, it's late. so past the deadline. However, ranting aside, this level is quite good. I don't think I've ever seen an area like this, so props to that. The haunted effect was given off nicely. Some areas were really barren though, like the light switcher room, a long run with 2 dry bones. Oh, and here's what the rubric looks like. So it was graded on creativity, difficulty, appeal, I guess visual appeal, functionality, and fun. So each category a score of 10, I believe.
Nice. So this guy actually got a pretty good score. It was a 7.58888.
And what did FP say? Not really. I gotta dig around the text file for where everything is. Did FP even review this level? Help.
Bruh.
Really? Do I have to like dig around for this, or did FP just forget to judge this level? Oh, they're all sorted alphabetically by the.
Which is called Black Switch Palace, so it's quite right up there, right?
Alphabetically by the creator, looks like.
Octillery.
Which is not there.
Oh. Huh. They hated it that much.
Maybe R? Like for Raibys? No. Alright, so.
Hated it that much, man.
He just. I mean, to be fair, there was one level that s.n.n never actually judged, and only FP did.
Well, maybe FP didn't do it because it was late.
Oh, wait, that. Oh, I didn't. Okay, yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah, that would make sense, actually, if it was meant to be, like, disqualified, but they scored it anyway based on the score s.n.n gave it. Okay, so that's all for that level, then. And now we are at the 36-minute mark. Do we want to call it a day there?
I think it might be best.
Alright. So this has been quite fun. It's been nice having a guest.
You can call me by my name.
It's been nice having a Meenakshious here.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Alright, so that's all for today then. I suppose tomorrow we'll be doing a couple more levels, beginning with one by Giga.
Do you have an outro? Do you have like a thing that you always say?
I don't have a specific outro, but I just like to say, have a nice day. And then I'll end it.
Oh, you do that. Every time you do your physics videos, you always end it with, have a nice day.
Well, yeah, I like to, I mean, well, I don't really have like a specific way that I want all my videos to close. It's just fun to just say goodbye, wish my viewers wish the viewers the best, and then be on the way. And I think that's fun.
You could be like, wish you the best and have a nice day.
Would you like to close this video?
Okay. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to smash that like button and press the bell for notifications. Leave a comment down below if you enjoyed or even if you didn't. And we'll see you in the next video. You guys are all the best. I love each and every one of you so much. Have a nice day.
Goodbye, everyone.